you want to go fast? Do you like shooting demons? Do you like incredibly fluid short level designs that encourage you to experiment with different routes to go even faster? Do you like incredibly cringe references and anime tropes? Do you want your 3D platformer FPS to be a dating sim on top of everything else? Wait a minute, what was that last one? Who cares about that? I want to go fast, and so Neon White aims to deliver on all of those things and more, all presented in a game that does a lot of things really well until it doesn't. Given how this game is all about speed, my mission here is simple. Hit every point I need to make as fast as I can and as efficiently as I can, so I just need to hit a brief story overview, the core gameplay loop, character interactions, and an explanation for what I said about when the game gets not so good. Suit up, mask up, and let's shoot some demons as they try to invade heaven. Here's all you need to know about the lore. Every year, there's a 10-day period of judgment in which 100 souls of the damned float up from purgatory to help keep the demon invasion at bay. Those who float all the way to the top get classified as neons, and they're gonna do the dirty work. And this year, one neon, the titular Neon White, finally surfaces. He's got no memory of what happened to him in his previous life, but other people seem to remember everything around him, such people like Neon Yellow, Neon Red, and Neon Violet. You're gonna kind of make friends and stuff with them, and as you do, you'll gain your memories back. However, that's but a small point in this adventure because our main goal is to be the best around, because the neon that wins the final judgment gets to stay in heaven until the next judgment days when you're gonna have to compete again. And who is the reigning champion? Neon Green, who is jacked beyond all comprehension, has powers far stronger than every other neon put together, and is also your old boss. Now, how do you go about getting your memories back? Well, that's quite simple. In every level, there's a hidden gift that you'll have to go out of your way to find, and those gifts are when we get to the dating sim portion of the game, because this game is quite literally everything all lined up. So there's gifts for Yellow, Red, and Violet, also Mikey and Raz, but they don't matter at the moment. Anyways, with every gift you unlock one of two things: conversations and memories. Conversations are exactly what you think they are. You get a cutscene of fun interactions that are the most divisive part of the game. You either love the cringe references, like when Violet starts singing Welcome to the Black Parade and White sings Bullet with Butterfly Wings, or you despise it. I'm one of those freaks who likes it, because if you've seen any of my other videos, particularly the Before the Storm and Double Exposure videos, then you already know that I make those exact kinds of references on my own. I will admit that this shit cringe as hell, but it's a lot of fun. The memories, though, are more gameplay, and they're unique challenge levels that alter the core gameplay slightly in unique ways. So let's hit that shit real fast. The levels are all based on three things: enemies, card placements, and an end goal. The cards are your weapons, because this is also a card game on top of everything else, and there's two abilities for every card: the primary and the discard. For example, the basic pistol has the basic primary fire, but if you discard it, you can do a double jump. The RPG later in the game lets you rocket jump with the primary, but you can also discard it to use it like a grappling hook. The rifle lets you shoot normally, but you can discard it to use it as a bomb that you can use to launch yourself or clear groups of demons faster, or both, if you're nasty. You're going to use every card the level gives you in unique ways to clear out the demons, because in order to unlock the exit, you need to kill every demon there. That's how you clear the stage, and upon clearing it, you get to see your final time along with a medal of silver, gold, or ace. And if you're really lucky, you might even catch a rare Red. The ranks are all based on how fast you can clear the level, so a lot of the game loop involves playing each level multiple times to learn better routes and go even faster. So, back to the side quests. I know, lengthy tangent, but stick with me here. Every side quest has some unique qualities. Like in Yellow's side quests, you're not allowed to discard. Violet's are tricky puzzle levels, and Red's are parkour challenges. You get the point. They're an interesting way to break up the main level set, and after you clear every side quest, you gain more insight into that character, which unlocks more progress towards the memories, which are integral to how you get the good ending of the game, and also fill in the lore that we're largely going to ignore, because you know everything you need to know about the game itself before I launch into everything else I want to talk about, or something. With all the core game mechanics talked about, let's get into how I feel about the game. And as I alluded to in the intro, this game is really good until it isn't. The core gameplay is so much fun, it's so smooth and feels great to just pick up and play, especially since you're going to repeat levels a lot to try and go even faster because it feels so good to shave off time in this game. Every level feels like a puzzle to be solved, from figuring out how to go off the beaten path to get the gift, to optimizing the main route. It just feels incredible, and progress feels great. But then you get to the 3 boss levels against Neon Green, and the pace comes to a screeching halt. The green levels suck because they fundamentally go against everything the game has taught you, but still expect you to treat it like a normal level, and optimizing it just sucks because the tricks all feel so inconsistent, and it's just not fun. I have aced every level in the game, and I feel like I was fighting tooth, nail, and God just to barely fall short of the requirements. My first playthrough, I tried to do everything blind, just really figure it out all on my own. But with the boss fights, I had a real gaming in the Clinton years moment. So, if you're unfamiliar with Gitsy and the godfather of game reviews, George Wood, he was famously terrible at playing games, and one of the most iconic phrases he ever uttered was, "The only way to win is to cheat." That or the Tomb Raider 3 review, which I'm not going to spoil for you because holy shit, you need to hear that one for yourself. It's such a magical experience. Regardless, I really felt like with the boss fights, the only way to win was to cheat by watching the world record for that level and trying to follow it as best as I could. It worked, I red aced most of the boss fights as a result, but I don't feel particularly good about what I've done. I feel like I've defeated the point of the game, and it's entirely the fault of the game for making that the main objective here. The boss fights, especially the first 2, are miserable because the game wasn't really built for that. And as such, it kills all the momentum it had. But hey, once you clear the boss fights, you get more levels that are super cool and fun, and the 3rd boss fight is honestly really great because it's more centered around movement and doing sick tricks like a normal level. And hey, once you've gotten an ace or higher on every level, done every memory, side quest, and conversation, along with a couple of other random things, you've got yourself a 100% save file. Right? Wrong! On the main menu, you'll have unlocked a very special set of runs called the Rushes. There's 5 categories of these things, 1 for each set of Neon side quests, 1 for White, and 1 for Mikey. Within each category are 2 types of levels, the Heaven Rush and the Hell Rush. Heaven allows you infinite lives on every level, but Hell gives you 1 shot, 1 opportunity to do every level in the set. The Neon, Red, Yellow, and Violet categories are nice and easy, since there's only like 10 levels in each, but the problem comes when you get to Mikey and White. Starting with White, this rush of levels is every level in the main campaign. Yeah, that's right, all 96 levels consecutively. And that's not so bad on Heaven Rush, but holy hell, the Hell Rush makes me crave the sweet release of death because this includes all of the boss fight levels, which are incredibly finicky to do fast. And did I mention you're being timed? Yeah, the goal of the rushes is to beat them as fast as possible for bragging rights. You don't need to get a certain time on them, you just need to clear them for some achievements. But I won't lie to you, it sucks. The other Neon Hell Rushes are fun. They're challenging, sure, but they're never too hard or frustrating. Neon White's rushes are abysmally unfun, but Mikey's are even weirder. Mikey's rushes are, once again, all 96 levels of the game, but this time it's exactly how you never wanted to play. It's because every card is now just the RPG. It's funny to see how some levels break in response to this, but most of the time it's more of a hassle than it's worth because the levels weren't designed around using the launcher. These 2 rush categories absolutely killed my playthrough of this game because I have done everything else for completion and for the most part enjoyed it. But the full game Hell Rushes just drained all of the fun I had playing it. And that's the thing, it's so fun up until you get to White and Mikey's Hell Rushes. You can say I'm bad at the game, and I'm not going to say I'm good at it, but I can get aces on most levels first try, and I know how to see effective routes. I beat the game, I aced every level, I cleared the Neon Yellow, Red, and Violet rushes with relative ease, but I still haven't cleared White and Mikey because it's just not fun. This game is so good, right until it just stops. I know, it's a speedrun game. Of course it's gonna have a full game run readily available. But 2 full game runs is excessive and stupid, especially when you need to contend with doing every level back to back without dying once. And some of those levels can just kill you randomly. It's not fun, and it makes me feel bad, because otherwise this game is so good. Genuinely, I can't think of any other game that's left me this frustrated for the reason of being really good until it just isn't. And that hurts, because it really makes me not want to rate this game as highly as it would deserve if it didn't have those elements. So here's the thing, right? I do really like this game. I love the humor, the core game loop, the dialogue, the stupid references, and all of the weird choices and chances they took on this, but it takes all of that momentum and splatters against a wall at Mach 10. The agony of fumbling a single level deep into White's Hell Rush just isn't worth the agony, and it's genuinely not fun. Most speedrunners only run the Heaven Rush for a reason, and it's because of how deeply unfun the Hell Rushes are, at least based on what I've seen. I really do recommend that you 100% the main campaign though, because as stupid as the 3 boss levels are, everything else is fantastic, but never touch the rushes. Just do yourself that favor. If you've heard me talk about how the game works and think you might like it, you probably will, so go play it. You won't regret that. But if that's not enough, my final rating for this game would have been a commendable 8 out of 10, but the bad parts do bring it down to just a 7 out of 10 because of how deeply awful they are. I know, just get good or whatever, but piss off with that argument and just acknowledge that the rushes are incredibly flawed and hurt the overall experience. Anyways, thank you for watching this fast vid on a fast game. I hope you enjoyed it. Consider liking, leave a comment if you're so inclined, and subscribe because I've got more videos cooking that I think are going to be pretty fun. Thanks again, and good night!